Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 6 of our Spring Security course. Okay, so in this lesson I'm going to talk about the HTTPS and SSL and why do we need that one, and how to enable or configure our Spring Security application to use this feature. Alright, so the first question that probably will come to your mind if you're not familiar with this thing is, why do I need an SSL or an HTTPS? Not in Spring Security but in general, right? So there are two communications, right? One is HTTP, which we have already seen in this course before this tutorial, and then there is an HTTPS. So think about a web application where you have a login screen, or you may be filling your personal details. So will be a communication happening between browser and our server, our application where the application is running, and then there will be a response going back from our application to the browser, right? In a HTTP, this communication happen in a plain text. So you fill your username and password. Let's say your username is 123, your password is also 123. That will be sent to our application on HTTP as a plain text. So any malicious user or anyone who want to steal the data, all they have to do is intercept the request, and everything is into the plain text form. They will get hold of it and they can use it, right? Now HTTPS is a secure protocol. It's basically a security applied on top of the typical HTTP protocol, right? So what happen is, your connection is secured, and it's through SSL, okay? And then the communication, when the data is sent from browser to our application that is running on a backend, and when the application is sending a response back to the browser, the entire communication is an encrypted one. So the data will be encrypted and sent through the HTTPS, right? And it's really critical, because think about online applications or e-commerce application where you are using your credit card details, your personal details are there. You don't want their details or anyone's data to be sent as in a plain text, right? So we will be, that's an overall idea why you should be needing it. And then in Spring Security, how should I activate HTTP and HTTPS? What does that by that, what I mean is, there are few applications now. There are only handful of applications where they still want to keep certain pages out of the HTTP, and then rest of the things, once you get into a, let's say, checkout, my account, or it's a secure side of your application where some of the personal details are involved, you want that site to be HTTPS, right? uh, Moving forward, the trend is that everything should be HTTPS, that your entire site should be into the HTTPS. But for just to give you an idea how it works in Spring Security, I'm going to keep some sections only for this tutorial as an HTTP, and anything into my account section will go into HTTPS. All right, and we will also see how to configure and use the Spring Security to do that work for us. So for your production deployment or for your staging deployment, you need a valid SSL cert obtained from the SSL so the parties who are giving you the SSL cert. But for local development, what we are going to do is, we are going to use the JDK tool to generate the cert for us. All right, so we will be using the JDK key tool for that one. Grab your terminal or your command line, and then you can use the following command. Standard command key tool, right? And then you are going to generate pair, and then alias, you have to set that alias. I am using a key lang as RSA, key size at 2048. My key type is PKCS12. You can use a different one, and then key store, and then this is my key and the validity, right? So once you click on hit button, it will kind of, it's a wizard automatic. It's going to ask you a few questions, including the password for your this key, for this cert, and then few other question, and will generate it, right? Once it's generated, we will go to the next step where we use this cert in our Spring Security application. All right, so my cert is generated. So what I have done is, I am putting that cert under resource folder. Okay, so this is my cert. If you want to manage maybe in differently you have a multiple certs, okay, or you're already using cert for some other things in your application, you can create a folder and put that cert, this additional cert into that location. Okay, now since we have the cert, now what we are going to do is we are going to tell Spring Security to use those details in your application. Okay, so this is the SSL configuration for now. My key type is PKCS12. This is the location for my key, and then this is the password which I used while I was generating the cert, and that's the alias for my cert. Okay, now for this application, just for the demonstration purpose, I'm using both HTTP and HTTPS port. Okay, so this is configuration where I'm saying all traffic for HTTP should be handled through 8080, and all the other traffic which is then secure one, HTTPS, should be handled through 8443. All right, so this completes the configuration where Spring Security needs in order to make sure that it has the valid cert and all the details. The next thing what we are going to do is we are going to use our configuration file to tell Spring Security when to use the HTTPS channel and when to use the HTTP channel. Okay, for that one you will be using a required channels, and for this one what I am saying is use a required channel. Okay, if the pattern is matching with account and then there can be anything, the required channel will be HTTPS. So what is going to happen is if any request going to account or account slash my details account slash update password, something like that, right, Spring Security will automatically make sure that the traffic or the it's basically communicating using the HTTPS channel. So you will be automatically redirect, even if you are into HTTP, Spring Security will automatically redirect you to the HTTPS. All right. So this is an overall configuration. For example, if you want to make sure that entire thing is into the HTTPS, you have to tell Spring Security the pattern saying any request should be the required channel is HTTPS. So then Spring Security will automatically start taking care of all those things. Okay. Application, and then see how this entire workflow will get into picture. This is my login screen, right? And if you see, everything is from the HTTP. I have already filled my login details. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click sign in, and then if my username and passwords are valid, I will be automatically redirected to my account section. So I'm onto the my account section because I provided a valid username and password. The only thing is, if you can see now, since I'm into the account section, now the Spring Security automatically redirected me to HTTPS, right? You don't have to do anything. You just tell the Spring Security which is your secure part, and then rest of the things will be automatically taken care by Spring Security, right? So this will set our foundation. During this application, we are going to do a lot of more changes into the SSL and all those things. And as I said, this entire application will be served onto the HTTP. Right, so even if you go to the login screen, even onto any other pages, everything will be in HTTPS, right? And all you have to do is you go to your configuration and you change this configuration where you tell Spring Security that all patterns in my application should be served through secure channel. Okay, so I hope that will give you an idea why it is very critical to use HTTPS and what kind of a security it brings into your application. I hope this will give you that basic idea and set the stage for your application, right? I hope you like this tutorial and the series, and if you like my tutorials, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel.